Hi, welcome back to Hot Topics TV, y'all. Y'all already know if the topic is hot, we're on it. Now, if you are a football fan, or let's say a fan of Beast Mode, then you're a fan of Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch, when he played football, he was one of the best to do it, right? With such ferocity, with such strength. And the thing I always admired about Marshawn Lynch is that he kept it hood, 100 all the way. You know, some people get a lot of money and then the money changes them and then they start acting bougie bourgeois and then they forget where they come from and then they neglect their people. Not Marshawn. He stayed in the trenches. He wasn't the type that stayed in the trenches and got some money and then joined a gang like Chris Brown. He was the type that went back to the gutters and tried to help others to get up out the gutter. Like, listen, there's a better way for you. If you work hard, if you dedicate yourself, you can become very good at whatever it is you choose to do legally. And you can make a whole lot of money legally. And then you could also come back and pay it forward and that type of stuff onto the new generation. Marshawn Lynch is very involved with his people. I remember they asked him, so where are you going? Disney World? Like, you know, everybody usually wins a championship and then say they're going to Disney World. And he says, nah, he going back to the hood. He's taking his riches to the hood and split it amongst the people who elevated him. I respect that to the fullest. However, our brother now is in a little bit of trouble. According to a statement from the police, they saw a vehicle that was swerving, switching lanes, hitting switches, looking like somebody was in there drunk and high or high and drunk, just messed up and inebriated. So they stopped the vehicle and they conducted a stop and they suspected that the driver was impaired. The statement said that the officers determined after finding out, oops, it's Marshawn Lynch. Hi, Marshawn. Can we get an autograph? Nah, let's deal with your situation first, though, Marshawn. They eventually came to the conclusion that he was impaired and he was then arrested. And the former NFL star was taken down to the police station. The LVMPD conducted a vehicle stop at Fairfield Avenue and West Utah Avenue near Wyoming and Las Vegas Boulevard on a driver later identified as Marshawn Lynch for suspected driving impairment. This is what a statement from the police said. Through the course of the investigation, officers determined that Marshawn Lynch was impaired and conducted an arrest. Lynch was transported to the Las Vegas City Jail and booked for driving under the influence. The statement continued. Further details of the incident are not known at this point. Lynch, get this part, he has had 2 previous run-ins with the police regarding the use of his vehicle while he is impaired. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like Marshawn Lynch hurt anybody or hurt himself during the alleged incident. Now, here's the thing. You notice they did not say DUI, driving while intoxicated, drunk. They didn't say that. They said impaired. Impaired could mean just that you are under the influence of something. Maybe he is under the influence of perfectly legal prescribed medication. And you know, sometimes you get some medication. A lot of these NFL players that are no longer in the NFL, they go through pains and sufferings. Their body parts hurt from all the years of getting banged up, throwing themselves around, running and crashing into other people, broken fingers, toes, you name it. So they're prescribed pain meds. But, you know, pain meds come with a warning that says, do not operate a vehicle while you're on this medication. Take 2 of these at 6 p.m. or whenever needed, etc., etc. Anyhow, Marshawn's story does not say it was alcohol. So I don't want anybody running off thinking, oh, Marshawn Lynch is a big alcoholic and he's out here getting slushy, drunk in the middle of the day and taking off in cars, driving down the street like that nurse that did 100 miles an hour through the intersection, killing 6 people, including baby, injuring 5 teenagers. That's not what's going on with Marshawn, okay? We don't know. Maybe he was smoking on the little funny cigarette that we call ganja, weed, marijuana, herbs. Herbs is the healing of the nation. You know, Marshawn got his dreads and he's on cool vibes right now. Who wouldn't be? You done made a whole bunch of money. You retired from the NFL, a legend, at a pretty young age. There's a lot of people who are working their asses off right now, heading to retirement, and wish they had made some choices that would have allowed them to retire as early as Marshawn did, with a bank account full of cash. So he's probably just chilling, relaxing, done hit the bong a couple of times and decided, ripped it. I'm about to go to the store because the munchie's kicking in and there's nothing in the house. You know, and weed affects different people differently. Some people can smoke it and they'll be out here acting normal and you wouldn't be able to tell. And then some people will smoke it and you would think they're on crack. You would think something is wrong with them. But they're just under the influence, and it's weed. And I know some people are going to say, you don't know what you're talking about. Weed never makes you act like. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It affects different people differently. Either way, the gist of the story is no one knows what it is that Marshawn was under. The law enforcement did not reveal what it was. And no, he wasn't crashing into anybody. He wasn't hurting himself. He wasn't hurting anybody. It was just one of those cases where they saw, yeah, it probably didn't help that he was driving a very expensive car, but they saw him switching lanes inappropriately. You're not using your signal. You made it to the left. You made it to the right. There was no signal. Police pulled him over. This person is driving like they're drunk or something. I'm curious. Let's just see, just to make sure. And when they pulled him over, it was Marshawn. Well, more power to the brother. Shout out to Marshawn Lynch. Big up yourself. Marshawn's one of those that we respect. RESPECT. Put some respect on his name. With that said, him going down to the bookings, getting fingerprinted, his face taken in picture, a mugshot, and all that. Check this out. Guys like Marshawn, they're pretty safe when they get locked up. I mean, who the hell is going to go up against someone like Marshawn Lynch in a jail cell? Most people in there are probably going to be asking for an autograph. And if he says, get off my bunk, they'll probably say, you can have it, Marshawn. You can have the bunk. I sleep on the floor. It's all good. Have y'all ever seen Marshawn Lynch play football? Do y'all know where beast mode comes from? Y'all got to go check it out. He was beast mode, for real. With that said, we wish him all the best. Get up out of that little bit of trouble right there. And don't be getting in no more trouble, Marshawn. You love the youths, and the youths need you. I'm out. Peace.